The Cross Island MRT line, or CRL, will be Singapore's 8th mass rapid transit line. The line begins at Changi and passes through Loyang, Pasir Ris, Hougang, Ang Mo Kio, Bukit Timah, Clementi, and West Coast before terminating at Jurong Industrial Estate. However, there has been controversy over the alignment of the line's Bukit Timah stretch as it appears to tunnel under part of the Central Catchment Nature Reserve (CCNR) and MacRitchie Reservoir, raising concerns from nature groups which called for a change in the alignment of the line. After much deliberation, the Singapore government has come to a consensus that the proposed CRL should skirt around the CCNR.
First, we will be covering the direct alignment. It cuts directly through the CCNR. Of its 4 km length, 2 km are above ground, 2 are below. The pros of a direct alignment include lower cost of production due to fewer ventilation facilities required, shorter tracks, and less maintenance required. 2 billion Singapore dollars can be saved for investment in other areas of national development. Commuters can enjoy a faster commute of 6 minutes, and there will be less disturbance to residents living in the area where construction works are underway, as the line will be passing through the CCNR rather than the neighbourhood.
On the flip side, the cons of direct alignment are the negative externalities of production. Construction of the line will disturb vegetation due to human and vehicular movement during construction, and wildlife due to human interference, noise, and vibrations. Construction works may also result in water pollution during sediment loading and air pollution as a result of dust generated from drilling operations, as well as noise pollution due to operation of rotary drilling rigs along existing trails within the CCNR.
This graph shows the negative externalities of construction of the direct alignment. At first, the PMB and PMC intersect at the equilibrium price PM and the equilibrium quantity QM. However, when the construction of the CRL is in progress, it creates external marginal cost EMC to third parties. In this instance, the negative externality is the noise pollution and disruption to those living in the area where construction is underway. The price mechanism fails to bring about a socially efficient allocation of resources. This is because the cost to other parties created is unpriced by the price mechanism, and therefore the external cost is not included in the private cost of consumers. Hence, we can say that there is a divergence between the social marginal cost SMC and the PMC, and as a result, there is overconsumption of QS to QM. The total social cost is BC-QM-QS, while the total social benefit is only BA-QM-QS, resulting in a deadweight welfare loss of ABC.
Overall, while mitigation measures can be implemented, they will not fully address the environmental impacts of construction of the direct alignment. According to the Environmental Impact Assessment, first conducted in 2016, there will be moderate impact on plants and animals in the nature reserve, even with mitigation measures in place. There is also a high risk of unintended consequences arising from construction of the direct alignment, such as uncontrolled water runoff, wastewater and spills, as well as accidental oil spillage, which also presents a risk of fire. To top it all off, the damages done to nature will be costly and difficult to reverse.
There is also the skirting alignment. It does not cross under the CCNR, but it's 9 kilometers long, far longer in length than the direct alignment, with sections under homes and businesses. Longer tunnels and extra ventilation facilities will be required. The cost of production of the skirting alignment will be greater than that of direct alignment by 2 billion Singapore dollars. There will be inefficiency due to longer route and the need for land acquisition, with more resources and funds being diverted from other key areas of development such as healthcare, defense and construction of other infrastructure. Time taken for travel will increase by 6 minutes, increasing the time commuters spend in transit. The well-being of residents living in the area where construction is underway will be negatively affected by noise, pollution and land acquisition.
On the other hand, the main benefit of the skirting alignment is that the CCNR will be undisturbed by construction and operation of the CRL. In comparison to the direct alignment, there will be more stops along the line, amounting to a total of 30 stations with nearly half being interchanges. As a result, more existing MRT lines and bus routes will be connected, serving more people living near the MRT line, increasing accessibility and connectivity. People will also have more time to rest due to shortened transit time. Furthermore, the CCNR is a merit good, with 2 sources of market failure: imperfect information and positive externalities. In this case, the imperfect information arises from ignorance of the benefits and importance of the CCNR. Positive externalities include visitors of CCNR being able to exercise and enjoy the fresh air, leading to healthier lifestyles, putting less strain on the government's budget for healthcare with fewer people falling ill. In addition, with these newly built MRT stations, neighborhoods will be more within reach of public transport, reducing travel time. Commuters can enjoy more rest and more time for work, translating to a more efficient and productive workforce for the economy, benefiting employers.
The graph shows the positive externalities of construction of the skirting alignment. At first, the PMB and PMC intersect at the equilibrium price PM and the equilibrium quantity QM. However, the construction of the CRL creates external marginal benefit EMB to third parties. In this instance, the positive externality is a more efficient workforce and improved accessibility and connectivity. The price mechanism fails to bring about a socially efficient allocation of resources. This is because the benefit to other parties is unpriced by the price mechanism, and therefore the benefit is not included in the private benefits of consumers. Hence, we can say that there is a convergence between the social marginal benefit SMB and the PMB, and the SMB lies above the PMB. As a result, there is an underconsumption of QS to QM. The area CB-QS-QM is the total social benefit, while area QM-QS-BA is the total social cost, hence resulting in a deadweight welfare loss of ABC.
While we take into consideration the increased cost of production, inefficiency, and temporary negative impact on the well-being of residents, conservation of flora and fauna is more important. Hence, construction of infrastructure for transportation should be secondary. The importance of preserving our green spaces and national heritage outweighs the slight inconvenience of longer travelling time for commuters and negative impact on the well-being of residents. Giving the additional MRT stations included in the line will benefit both commuters and residents alike in the long run. With more MRT stations, there will also be more commuters willing and able to take the train. Thus, the extra 2 billion Singapore dollars spent on construction and land acquisition can eventually be recovered.
As such, after taking into consideration the pros and cons of both alignments, the Singapore government has come to a consensus that the proposed CRL should skirt around the CCNR.